Hey, this is Raul for Bass Musician Magazine, and today we're going to talk about something that is a common problem for many bass musicians who have to travel or like to travel. I'm not saying like it's a bad thing, but they worry about their bass getting to their destination intact. And we've had a lot of discussion and threads on our Facebook page where people have really been looking for kind of a solution. So if you remember, we did a review a while back with this little guy, which was my trusty little U bass. And with the U basses, it's a great way to get past the whole issue of big size because they're lightweight and they're small. But for some players, they just feel like it's a little too small for their taste. So the interesting part, you're probably noticing that I have something on, and I am wearing a travel bass. Let me show you. So this is the OB660 from Journey Instruments. Inside of this TSA approved size backpack, there is a travel bass. So it's pretty remarkable. And what we'll do is we are going to put it down and I'm going to show you how this thing comes together because it has a detachable neck. Now, I'm sure you're curious by now, so let's have a closer look at the OB660 from Journey Instruments. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the experience I had when I first opened this travel bass from Journey Instruments. As you see, it looks like kind of a regular old backpack. They specially designed this pack so it could carry the instrument. Let's have a look and see what's inside. So when we open this up, the first thing you notice, they've designed this bag with an internal compartment where the neck and the head lives. Better living with Velcro. We fold that back. So let me show you how this comes together. We have the head and neck assembly, the body here. Quite simply, we just kind of line this up and click it into place. Now, that's not enough to keep it totally stable. So once it's in place, we're going to tighten this screw on the back, a few turns, and we're nice and solid in there. So I'm going to lie this down on my Music Nomad equipment care mat, which is nice and cush and will protect it. And of course we've got our cradle cube to kind of hold it up so we can go over all the details that you see in this bass. Let's talk a little bit about the head and neck part, and what I'll mention is this entire instrument is made out of carbon fiber. Carbon fiber, if you've ever had a chance to look at it, has kind of an interesting checkerboard kind of appearance in its more raw state, but obviously it can be polished and smooth and makes it so that you can't really tell that it's carbon fiber. Now, interesting things about this is that it is a double truss rod system built into here. It has this notch, kind of this wedge lock-in, and you can see the screw threads when it's going to be locked onto the body. As we move closer up here to the head where we have the bone nut, you'll notice that this is something you don't see on your other basses. It's an assembly that holds the strings in place, so it kind of keeps them all in the right order. Lovely decoration here at the top. Journey Instruments, kind of letting you know they've got their logo on there. And of course you see the tuners and frets, not marked, no dots, but you can see the tiny markings here at the top edge where you'll be able to notice them. Alright, so let's look a little more in the detail of the body. The first thing you notice is this offset sound hole, which when you are not plugged in especially, it does allow you to hear really nicely the sounds of your bass. And of course, advantages of acoustic basses, you don't have to have amplification, but it does have a under the bridge transducer pickup, and the plug-in is down here with a strap holder as well. Other features, because of the shortened scale, they have scalloped this area here so that you can reach these notes quite easily. And because of the thickness of the instrument, you'll notice he's got nice little thickness here. They have also done a lovely job at shaping this so it will fit comfortably kind of against your ribs while you're playing. The again, amazing thing about this is that this is unidirectional carbon fiber. So it's quite the clever use for a space-age material. So when you talk about size, this fretboard is actually a 27-inch scale. So it's kind of more on the short scale, not quite as long as my regular basses. The strings on this are Diodario. It's got 45100 flat wound, and I'm sure you could put the string of your choice on this. It would work with anything. If you look at this angle right here, this is kind of beveled to accommodate your arm, so it makes it even more comfortable. So in the design of the body of this instrument, they have taken great steps so that you're not kind of hanging on a sharp edge. Also, we have Grover tuners on this. These are high precision tuners, and they've paid a lot of attention to the detail. Ebony pegs holding this in place. Nice little decoration. So there's some little flourishes there that makes this look nice in addition to being very functional. Okay, well, we've seen how the OB660 is put together, but let's listen to a little bit of the sound. And I think for those of you that are always looking how things sound, one of the challenges you have when you're trying other materials is getting the resonance that we get when we look at wood in comparison. And as you know, we've been celebrating the year of the luthier, and a lot of them have really stressed how their choices in wood and the materials make a difference in the way the instrument sounds. So we're going to give this little sound trial. It's important to point out that if you were paying attention, you didn't see any volume knobs or any tone knobs. So basically we're going into the head on my amp, everything straight up, nothing modified, nothing changed. Open string sounds, let's hear. Okay, so got quite the voice there. Listening to a little. Okay, you kind of get an idea. The feel is just like any of the other basses, you know. So just maybe if you're already playing a short scale, you might feel like there's no real difference. And really noticeable how comfortable this is on my right arm, where they did that bevel that I'd mentioned before. So OB660 carbon fiber travel bass from Journey Instruments. I'll make sure you have more information so you can look up and get in touch with them if you want to know more. You've seen this product review brought to you from Bass Musician Magazine.